Booga booga wooga. I don't know. I don't know. No idea. Now, what were we doing? I do not remember where the fuck we are. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, back to the respite in the new area. Gee, I wonder who that could be. Someone like this is a sequel to something. Right. Okay. And then we have some deaths, it looks like. Mysterious glowing can. It's uranium. Reduces break damage, down damage by 20%. A can of preserved food that has been discarded for considerable length of time. Manufactured at the arcade factory appears to have been part of a trial run for new long-lasting food substitutes. For reasons unknown, it glows with dim magic. Both the ingredients within and manufacturing process have not been disclosed to the public. That's concerning. It's manufactured by some dim goon. Platform up there. Select point, push buttons, such a fast or motionless. What do you got to say? On my brakes, and I can't help but wonder what's the purpose I was created. We all ask that question once in our lives, if not hundreds. Right, then we have a singular death to the boss that we just kind of... There's so much going on, I have no idea where the fuck I am. Let's go somewhere else. Yeah, we decide to go somewhere else, so we'll just leave that as is for right now. What we got going on here? What do you got? Worker surveillance records. Subject 511, 540, transfer lower strand due to deterioration. 46, no abnormalities. No abnormalities for 47 either. 60, void due to accident. 62, exhibiting signs of defiance under strict surveillance. The Panopticon or something. And then we got a, different stream. A big yap session here. Hey, Levy. Levy? Oh, it's you, Lilac. Don't scare me like that. You were facing me as I walked up. Lost in thought. I was thinking about an idea for a new arcane instrument. Wouldn't it be neat if there was one that let you zip around way up? Sort of like riding on the fumes. That reminds me, I found something. I don't know what it is again. Black perfume. Highly potent magic fume inhaler that produces a tranquilizing effect. No longer in production. Here's item number 5. Maybe somebody else may have heard it. I think I've seen something like this before. There he is. Well, is that perfume? No, don't just pop out like that. Perfume. That thing ain't meant for the two of you. Too bad it's busted. Well, wouldn't mind it myself. There are a lot of sorcerers like it too. Guess it's no use to you guys then. Maybe I'll give it to Gordon. Hold on a second. There's still a chance we can fix it. Oh, well, okay. Guess that's that. Okay, I'm gonna go check some other stuff out. See ya. Alright, bye. Sounds like a foreshadowing for a tool we'll get. A way to go up, up. Up. I don't know if that was intent. What the fuck are you talking about? You put this ledge here just to taunt me? Okay. Got it. Factory management records. By order of the factory administrator, Kane Millinus. Authority over the Imperium Parasol and all homunculi is hereby transferred to the homunculus. The homunculus Gilroy. In light of the above, authority over all manufacturing operations is hereby transferred to Vailgrid, and Vailnest. Interesting. So by order of Kane Millis, authority over the Imperium Parasol hereby transferred to Gilroy. Aren't they the same person, technically? Hold on. This is why we have wikis. That's a website. That's Amazon. The fuck? Fine, I'll specify wiki. God damn it. Do we have something that's not fandom wiki? Does not look like it.
Oh, good for you!
Tracky. What do you mean there's no lore in this fucking shit?
Website's trash. Loud screaming. This is just the same wiki. Yeah, like I'm trying to verify information I've forgotten, and it's just not. I don't know how the fucking... You think if you were going to make a wiki for a game, you'd, I don't know, fill it the hell out? Useful wiki? For an obscure game? In this economy? Are you crazy? I could have sworn there's a redeem for that. Ugh. Because I could have sworn that, an obscure wiki with empty articles. There we go. This at least has a thing for all the little notes we find, because I'm pretty sure it's in another note. Continuous operation of the barrier requires the presence of Cain Millis or a homuncular replica of him. Gilroy has been tasked with this duty at present. Yeah, so Gilroy is just a replica of Cain, so he is Cain. Yes, it's 35,000 channel points because it goes on for 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure it goes on for 3 minutes. I can double check. What folder is this hidden in? Yeah, let me just double check to make sure it's actually 3 minutes. So, editing materials, sound bites, streaming noises, channel points, new, in use, right click, properties. And it's not showing in the properties. Usually it shows it in the properties. It will just open a different file, it won't play it. Yeah, it goes on for 3 minutes. Anyways, I found the wiki. Or at least the part of the wiki that's useful. Because it states, requires the presence of Cain Millis or a homunculus replica of him. Gilroy has been tasked with duty at present. So, that Gilroy is, I believe that just means Gilroy is the homunculus version of Cain. So I don't understand why the thing we're seeing on screen right now even needs to exist. Because by order of the factory administrator, Cain Millis, authority of the Imperium Parasol and all homunculus are hereby transferred to the homunculus Gilroy. But if we go to the wiki, continuous operation of the barrier requires Cain Millis or a homunculus replica of him, Gilroy. So he's just Cain. Just a clone of Cain. So I don't know why this one exists. And it's confusing me. So, and since I haven't yapped for a little bit in this, also, when was the starting timer for this one? 7, so 3-7. So then 4-7 is our limit. Question is, what do I even say here? Oh, is this even a real note, technically? I feel like that's the angle I should approach this at. Why do I get the feeling that this was made after Cain's death and not him actively doing it? Because the Imperium Parasol requires either Cain or homunculus replica of him, which was Gilroy. So I don't think it's entirely required to just write this record and all that. Like, the bottom half, yeah, it makes sense, but the rest of it doesn't make sense. So I feel like Cain, something happened. There's suspicious circumstances here. That works. Gotta figure out something to yap about. Why do I get the feeling that this was made after Cain's death and not him actively doing it? Because the Imperium Parasol... Interesting. Just Audacity being strange again. Because the Imperium Parasol requires either Cain or homunculus replica of him, which was Gilroy. So I don't think it's entirely required to just write this. So I don't think it's entirely required to just write this record and all that. Like, the bottom half, yeah, it makes sense, but the rest of it doesn't make sense. So I feel like Cain, something happened. There's suspicious circumstances here. Suspicious circumstances. We know a lot about those. What is he implying? I don't know. File, export audio, is that the correct folder? Yes, just call it Cain Dead. I did not, no, I did export that. Okay, audio, I don't have File Explorer open because I am a dorp. What's a dorp? Don't worry about it. That's just a word you made up, isn't it? Yup. That's not the right button. There we go. That's the right button. What about the left button? No. Huh?
Bitches love cannons!
Yeah, Light. You got anything else to say?
You've awoken something deep inside me.
On the other hand, what the
Why do I get the feeling
that this was made after Cain's death and not him actively doing it? Because the Imperium Parasol requires...
I too love it. Hence why I added it. Because... I also need to fucking just load up Goop Smooch's channel and just have Audacity running to catch and just watch a bunch of his videos. He has a bunch of good lines that I could just yoink for the redeem and just add more sounds to the pot. it because the Imperium
Kane Imperial requires either Kane or Homunculus Replica of him, which was Gilroy. So I don't think it's entirely required to just write this record and all that. Like, the bottom half, yeah, makes sense. But the rest of it doesn't make sense. I feel like Kane, something happened. There's suspicious circumstances here.
What we got for this bit of... What we got going on here?
And scrap. No. Labrador's tag. Reduces damage.
Laborers. Why'd I say Labrador?
By enemies by 10% increases susceptibility to status effects. A tag worn by workers at the Arcane Factory.
Yeah, but that's like part of the fun. It's gambling. You gamble for a soundbite. I would have to categorize them or just have different pots, and that's just, Like with my own voice lines, that I just, my own mental ramblings, that's the only other one I had the idea for, because that's just my ramblings. It doesn't make sense to have my own voice here for fucking random internet memes.
The factory employs homunculi that have undergone modifications to allow them to withstand harsh working conditions. Despite these modifications, however, the constant runaway incidents continue unabated. Right?
Well, everything's still going to shit in the factory, it seems.
You and Nola used to work together, didn't you? Is that really your name? That? Or any other details you may be able to share? Only that you were known as the Reaper. I recall Lady Lilia was surprised that you didn't have a name and wanted to give you one. My time with you two was when I was assigned to the lower stratum depth survey team. It was prior to Lilac being sent to the subterranean facilities. I'm not certain of what happened next. The subterranean facilities were safe back then, weren't they? Yes, but House Mills claimed the location the tuners were using as their base and converted it into a testing site.
New redeem incoherent screeching. 2,000 channel points.
Depth survey team. It was prior to Lilac being sent to the subterranean facilities. I'm not certain of what happened next. The subterranean facilities were safe back then, weren't they? Yes, but House Mills claimed the location the tuners were using as their base and converted it into a testing site.
Interesting. There's lore here that my brain is not processing, but there's lore.
Especially with our autonomous. You wanna say something, buddy?
I need to break down that boss fight. There's a boss fight in here that I just Valness, that boss we skipped over. The boss fight you saw us die to. Let's see. It's currently 40. Boss fight you saw us die to 5 minutes ago.
Damage.
All they do is spawn other homunculi and fire a laser at you. There's also the center core, so you can't just float fight, and that's about it.
That wasn't so bad.
It's more of a tedium fight than anything. So, Veil Nest? Yeah, Veil Nest. Alright, the Veil Nest fight. The fight you saw us die to like 5 minutes ago. It's not hard. All they do is spawn other homunculi, shoot a laser at you, and then try to prevent you from floating in the air, just whacking on them with a fucking orb in the center. It's not a hard fight once you actually pay attention to what you were doing, unlike I was in the first time I went through. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it. And here's a word from the Cleveland Browns. We're the Cleveland Browns. We know you are. Alright, the Veil Nest fight. The fight you saw us die to like 5 minutes ago. It's not hard. All they do is eat hot chips, spawn homunculi, and die, yeah. It also just gave me another idea for another pot, another redeem pot. We're the Cleveland Browns, and just get random people to say it, and it's just, who's saying, and we're the Cleveland Browns? It's just such a stupid idea minutes ago. It's not hard. All they do is spawn other homunculi, shoot a laser at you, and then try to prevent you from floating in the air, just whacking on them with a fucking orb in the center. It's not a hard fight. In the center, it's not a hard fight once you actually pay attention to what you were doing, unlike I was in the first time I went through. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Eat shit. What do you mean eat shit? That's rude. Bottom of the folder. There it is. I'm still wondering what the fuck DaVinci updated to cause this, because previously it actually had the full preview, so I could actually see which ones these were without just looking at the names. So it's weird. It's weird. All right.
The Baroness fight. I thought you saw us die to like 5 minutes ago. It's not hard. All they do.
All right. The Baroness fight. That's still neutral. Disappointed. There we go. Thought you saw us die to like 5 minutes ago.
It's not hard. All they do is spawn other homunculi, shoot a laser at you, and then try to prevent you from floating in the air, just whacking on them with a fucking orb in the center. It's not a hard fight once you actually pay attention to what you're doing, like I was in the first time I went through. So yeah, that's about it.
How much health was that? A fair amount. Maybe like a 7th.
Especially with our hotness. You gonna say something, buddy? Damage to core systems, emergency shutdown. Damage to core systems, emergency shutdown. Interesting. Something going to come out? That looks like a door. Homunculi ceaselessly creating homunculi. Was it acting of its own will? Or was it the will of the administrator, Gilroy? Perhaps it has been infected by Gilroy's consciousness. It was more infested with mutants than expected. I never imagined the fumes from the depths could pose. It bears further investigation. Special ally amplifier times 3, hooray. Let's amplifier has heavy levels of damage. Maybe we can upgrade Nola now.
The answer's no, because Nola has her own shit. And I think... Yeah, Veilgrind. Veilgrind? Oh, that's not right. Yeah, Veilgrind. Veilgrind. We got 1, 2, 3... It's like just 3 deaths. No, get rid of that. Alright, which one do we want to be the audio?
I tried. Damn it, I couldn't jump in time. Literally pressing the button and it's not doing it.
Those are that good.
I tried.
I cry every time.
Damn it, I couldn't jump in time.
Excuse me. Let's just do the center one. That's not right. There we go. Zoom in to extend these other clips. Unlink X. Should I do X or Y? Let's do Y. So 0.333s. Yeah, that preserves enough. Alright, so this one, anchor point, 540. Yeah, that's right. I remember the number. Negative 540. There we go. And they all play at the same time. It looks stupid, but... Damn it. I couldn't jump in time. Works. I'm zoomed. Ah, fuck. you don't want to zoom out all the way, because if you zoom out all the way, you start... the hard drive starts spinning, and then the RAM starts crying. Then we have the actual fight here. Two attacks here. Let me open Notepad. The fuck is this? Why are there numbers here? I forget why I had numbers in my Notepad. Look like coordinates for Minecraft. No idea. So. Well, Grin. We have two attacks right off the bat here, which... Well, there's a floor slide with a slash, which... As long as you're far enough away isn't too bad. They do accelerate. Kinda. Let's see, and then there was the fire core, which the fire core attack it isn't bad if you just hold still. Alright, what else we got going on here? The swing covers a large area, but... Another attack where the animation of the sprite beats out the eye glare that's supposed to be your indicator. Another floor slash, which I just timed poorly. And then there's like the weird hitboxes there, like yeah, you want to be far away from the floor grinds, because Veil Grind does accelerate, so it gives you more time to actually dodge. I can't even dash
through that. That was just poorly timed.
No. So here's my thing, like, the peak here should be like your timing, but... it's like, just kind of not at all. Double slam is something you can't really dodge, but you gotta jump, so... It can fight your instincts a bit. Trying to do a special move, and it's not accepting my damn inputs. Part of the reason why I want a new controller. Yeah, and this one is harder because this is an actual fight. It's not just like a stationary target. Like, I kind of cheesed the last one with my, the girl in the chair. When phase 2 comes around, they add fucking lasers, but I don't think the lasers do much. Alright, there's 2 different attacks related, but... So phase 2... First I keep dodging, but then this bit... They laser the floor and then cause it to explode. What did I just hit? I think I hit Alt. Yeah. Just a dodge into a jump. I think that's it for all the new shit. Yeah, tracking.
Special. Yeah, just stand there, please.
And that's that boss fight. It's far better than the companion fight we dealt with earlier. Ugh. Alright, time for the actual boss fight of this area. It starts off with a floor grind, so as long as you're far enough away, due to the acceleration of the boss, it's fairly alright to time and react to. If you're too close, it will just hit you, because the timing's off and there's not enough distance in your dodge for how far it moves. So there's that. Then there's the fire core attack, which isn't really bad. You just gotta kind of stand still and parry it. The swing does cover a large area, and this is another attack where the animation is what you need to pay attention to, not the eyes, which is still annoying. The double slam is something you can't really dodge unless you're really far away, so you gotta jump, so it will just fight your instincts to dodge, you just have to jump. Phase 2 rolls around and you get lasers. One set attack is just tracking you, and if you just keep dodging, you'll be fine, even with the weird dodging times in this game. The second set is that they'll laser the floor, and then the floor explodes. So that's just a dodge into the laser, so towards the boss, and then you jump. And yeah, there's plenty of time here for this. This is at least a real boss fight compared to the other boss fight we did in this area. So it has that going for it, at least. Ooh. Alright, time for the actual boss fight of this area. It starts off a floor grind, so as long as you're far enough away, due to the acceleration of the boss, it's fairly alright to time and react to. If you're too close, it will just hit you, because the timing's off and there's not enough distance. Excuse me. Ow. Pain. Pain. All I know is pain. Lemon juice in a knife wound, pain. Not enough distance in your dodge for how far it moves. So there's that. Then there's the fire core attack. Capturing this will be very fun. Then there's a fire core attack, which isn't really bad. You just gotta kind of stand still and parry it. Parry this, you filthy casual. Parry it. The swing does cover a large area, and this is another attack where the animation is what you need to pay attention to, not the eyes, which is still annoying. The double... which is still annoying. The double slam is something you can't really dodge unless you're really far away. So you gotta jump, so it will just fight your instinct. So you gotta jump, so it will just fight your instincts to dodge. You just have to jump. Phase 2 rolls. Jump. Phase 2 rolls around and you get lasers. One set attack is just one. You get lasers. One set attack is just tracking you, and if you just keep dodging, you'll be fine, even with the weird dodging times in this game. In this game. The second set is that they'll laser the floor, and then the floor explodes. So that's just a dodge into the laser, so towards the boss, and then you jump. And yeah, there's plenty of time here for this. This is at least... boss, and then you jump. And yeah, there's plenty of time here for this. This is at least a real boss fight compared to the other boss fight we did in this area. So it has that going for it, at least. File, export, Beogrin. There. Alright, time for the actual boss fight in this area. It starts off a floor grind, so as long as you're far enough away due to the acceleration of the boss, it's clearly alright to time and react to. If you're too close, it will just hit you, because the timing's off and there's not enough distance in your dodge for how far it moves. So there's that. That is a fire core attack, which isn't really bad. You just got some dance, guys. Not enough distance in your dodge for how far it moves. So there's that. This is a fire core attack, which isn't really bad. You just gotta kind of stand still and parry it. The swing does cover a large area, and this is another attack where the animation is what you need to pay attention to, not the eyes, which is still annoying. The double slam is something you can't really dodge unless you're really far away. The double slam is something you got what you need to pay attention to, not the eyes, which is still annoying. Slam is something you can't really dodge unless you're really far away. So you gotta jump, so it will just fight your instincts to dodge. You just have to jump. Phase 2 rolls around and you get lasers. One set attack is just tracking you, and if you just keep dodging, you'll be fine, even with the weird dodging times in this game. The second set is that they'll laser the floor, and then the floor explodes. So that's just a dodge into the lasers towards the boss, and then you jump. And yeah, there's plenty of time here for this. This is at least a real boss fight compared to the other boss fight we did in this area. So it has that going for it, at least. The girl in the chair. And suddenly the girl in the chair. What? Huh? Support systems. Damage to core systems, emergency shutdown. I remember, this is where I was born. The locali that were mass manufactured for labor must consider this thing apparent. Oh wait, no, I was wondering, where's the background music? Like what you're hearing right now, the shit I play. I forgot, I turned that shit off. I can probably just get rid of I can't get rid of it now, but I'll be able because I have other audio and that would fuck shit up. But once everything's on the correct track, I should be able to just get rid of tracks 4 and 5. So if there is any, they'll be gone.
Swords. Not a parent, a brother in arms. I wanted to stop it, but we all have rules. Thank you, from all homunculi. Of course. In factory room where homunculi were modified. I want to find it. I understand. We'll find it.
And then we immediately found it.
Hey, the room where they're modified, that. Chekhov's gun shown and shot in Insane. This is where it was modified.
Behold, this handgun. Bang. What is wrong with you?
There's a record here of that day. It looks like the process was only partially completed. Incomplete. Felt like something was missing. Do you want to be completed, Garm? Want to do more for my friends. Need it for the upper stratum. Okay, I'll start it up.
Touch.
I take you to upper stratum. Thank you, Garm. We're counting on you. Garm's ascent. Hold up. Press B. Power to launch one cell skyward with aid of an enhanced Garm. With it grows the ceiling, grows the ceiling to destroy open his path. Brings a portion of 5 cells in the room to damage and have the parts destroyed.
And then more lore.
Minor enhancement project. Subject prototype evacuator. High output booster has been installed. Jet propulsion. Will improve mobility. Expand. Mineable train. Flight test successful. Full scale. Procedure pending return. Factory initiator Kane Millis. Alright, interesting.
Interesting. Garm. Garm's original documentation. Got it.
What we got here? Kane's ring. Recovers HP by 0.5% damage inflicted. HP will not recover if this amount is less than 1. Oh, what's the price of this? A ring worn by Kane, Lord of House Millis? Kane to share arcane instruments with the rest of the world. Kane spent most of his days hard at work at the factory.
I feel like I should say bad. I feel like I should mention. By the way, I'm bad at math. I was bad at the top. I did the math off the top of my head. I was completely wrong about how good this ring was. I did the math off the top of my head in this clip, and I was very much wrong on how good that ring actually was. It wasn't. I did the math off the top of my head in this clip, and I was very much wrong on how good that ring actually was. It wasn't. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Nobody can understand you when you do that. Stop it. Did you just say penis? I hate it here. I'm not paid enough for this. You're not paid at all. That's right. I did the math off the top of my head in this clip, and I was very much wrong on how good that ring actually was. It wasn't. Cutscene. With the students that remain, we must detect an unusual energy, one characteristic of arcane instruments that are prohibited. What do you have there? Prohibited. This black perfume. Where did you obtain it? Finally, somebody in the know. This shall not do. I'm afraid I shall have to confiscate this. Hey! Even worse, it's been modified to release an unusually high concentration of magic. Is something wrong? I'm reminded of a time when a tuner visited the academy once before. Joran was his name, I believe. Joran? So this was the chief of tuners. What the hell was he doing at the academy? He was here to look up reading materials on the land of origin, and the frost, and soul resurrection. Soul resurrection. The land of humans is said to once have been ruled by the ancient peoples. The priestesses were said to wield magic that allowed them to take control of one's very soul. Details on the subject are scant, however. More of this ancient stuff feels like only the frost had any idea what they were all about. Regardless, the perfume is a most hazardous article. If anyone were to ingest such a large quantity of magic, it would result in death. Should you happen to know Jordan, you would do well to let him know. I understand. In return for letting me confiscate the perfume, you may have this. Triple magic vial. I am not trying to read that. You're 3 additional rock slots. Wow. 3 vials connected one others form arcane absorbs and stores trace amounts of magic. Here. Triponite. Magic vials proposed by students of the Academy adopted for mass production. This is far more useful. Thank you. You're most welcome. Think of it as a token of gratitude for everything you've done for us. My perfume. Well, guy's a drug addict. For the proof of Abella taking control of Jor and trying to figure out how the fuck to get out of this body. Has a penis. What the fuck am I supposed to do with it? feel like I should add that. And I have a penis. I have no idea how it works. Bella? Yeah, that's her name. Thinking about how I want to word this. So Bella was probably using the perfume as a way to boost her own power to keep control of Joran, strong control of Joran. It also just raises one question for me personally. Do you think Abella had gender dysphoria now just being in Joran's body? It's a legitimate question. So Bella was probably using the perfume as a way to boost her own power to keep control of Joran, strong control of Joran. Control of Joran. It also just raises one question for me personally. Do you think Abella had gender dysphoria now just being in Joran's body? The one person listening to this on YouTube autoplay waking up like, the fuck did you just ask me? I wake up to that? Huh? I'm missing so much context. How am I on episode 4? What time is it? How is it 3 fucking days later? Ugh. Can you imagine that? You go into a coma for 3 days. You wake up, and it turns out nobody bothered to check on you. That's just sad. So Bella was probably using the perfume as a way to boost her own power to keep control of Joran, strong control of Joran. It also just raises one question for me. Do you think Abella had gender dysphoria now just being in Joran's body? And hard cut to the next lore bit. Level up, as exploded upon. Caldrus records. Subject Caldrus. Fusion with avian species during cultivation stage successful. Mental state is clouded and unstable. The durability of the enhanced body remains an unresolved issue. Form highly dependent on mental state. Note, based upon findings from blighted fusion with avian species in a foreign nation. So that was Yulvin, because that stage 2 was Caldrus. Body remains an unresolved issue. Form highly dependent on mental state. No, based upon findings from blighted fusion with avian species in a foreign nation. Interesting. Because we had the girl-dog fusion in the other game. Yes, that was a Full Metal Alchemist reference. I didn't even make it. The other game literally did. So, why do you dress so differently from all the other research among the biological research facility? I have an admiration for witches. Beyond the borders of this nation were sorcerers and witches, once capable of using a form of magic that has no connection to the magic of origin. They lived in a place called the Witch's Thicket. There they would conduct research into magic alongside their allies. They would soar through the sky, riding brooms, without so much as a trace of magicite in them. It's quite remarkable. I found myself utterly captivated by some of the things I read in those books. I'd like to try flying on a broom someday, too. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Someday I'll make a broom-shaped arcane instrument that can carry 2 and take you flying. I'll hold you to that. That was just the devs giving you a reason why you have a sexy witch following you around. It's just the devs barely disguised fetish. I'm not gonna add that, though.
Something's been nagging me at the biological research facility. You were here once too, weren't you?
Yeah.
After I broke out of this place, the tuner that helped me get back on my feet in Old City was Lilia. Then after I came to my senses, when you tuned me, I saw your face overlap with hers. I couldn't remember at the time, but it's coming back to me now. Lilia spent a lot of time in Old City. She worked with the townsfolk and the homunculi, tried to do whatever she could for both. Even after all the other tuners ran to the Central Stratum, she stayed behind. The reason the tuners are still welcome in Old City is because Lilia was one. Now everyone trusts you as well. I don't think I can live up to Lilia. I can't do anything for all those homunculi with inner cores, even if I did manage to help all of you. And yet, that didn't stop you. You're still doing whatever you can, getting your hands dirty for both homunculi and humans. Give yourself a little more credit. Thanks, Yolden.
Awesome world building.
You won't say. The barrier disappears, everyone will know the suffering the blighted rain brings. Alright, let's go down. And down farther. Alright. Test subject to tuner. False test subject to tuner. Sounds like house, probably. Yep, cutscene, probably fight. No? Lilia Frost, test subject records. That's right, I used to be here with Lilia before I woke up in the lower stratum. I remember having a homunculi for company. Things weren't so bad. And then the transport capsule. I remember being placed inside so I could be sent down to the subterranean testing site. I was the only one to make it out. At the time, something was after Lilia, but it wasn't a homunculus. Lilia. Interesting. Let's see what's to the right here. Further down. The subjects are requested to move to the next room and the lights turn on. A little doodad. Lilia's diary. Will there be another experiment today? While the process has been trying, watching Lilac grow has become my secret joy. For a child, Lilac has been taking to the ways of the tuner remarkably quickly. Good. That's what you need to survive. This is how a mother would feel raising a child, or an older sister perhaps. All I can say for certain is that Lilac brings a smile to my face like no one else can. I hope we can greet tomorrow together again. God damn it, this name is making me feel!
And then we have a double death into a boss fight with Nola's replicant. The hell's this?
Because there was... Here. Hey. Alright, I've been one shot. Let's check out the rest of the area.
Bitches love cannons.
Yeah, light. Yeah.
God damn it, this game is making me feel!
So we got 2 deaths to aggressor, so Nola clone. I'm
Trying to dodge, not letting me. I can...
Yeah, definitely the other one. So 0.5. Yeah, and then what was X? What was the X axis for this shit? Let's see. 1920. So 18 would be 9. 960. I changed both of them. Oops. That makes it easy to change the other one. There we go. I'm trying to dodge. Not
letting me.
That works. It works, don't it? And then we have the aggressor fight. Which is just the seems to just be well, activated that time. So I've seen just slashes, this jump slash. It just seemed the aggressor fight is just a slower version of Nola's scythe form. So it's just a slash, the end combo spin, and just a jump slash. It's not. The aggressor fight is rather simple because all it is Nola's attacks, just slowed down and more separated. Yeah, the aggressor fight, not that bad. It's just Nola's scythe form. All her attacks, just like the slash, the end circle, baton spin, and the jump down slash, which is like part 2 of the combo you do when you're mashing the attack key. So yeah, it's not hard, especially since it's more slowed down. I just suck at video games. Are you gonna show me the banner? Nope. It's like, I can't do snoozes if you don't give me the banner, Twitch. I don't have the chat banner. You did it at the start of the stream. I don't think, slash... Yeah, slash snooze. Oh, and of course, Twitch does not have context search for their fucking, commands, chat commands. By context search, I mean typing out the center of a command and it still popping up. So like reconnect, you type connect, and they would also show reconnect with that, but no. Because how would that ever be useful? Especially when I'm looking for something I don't know if it exists. Like a chat command to do snoozes. There's a chat command to do commercials, but there's not a chat command to do snoozes. Break time. What'd you say about my mom? Can you, like, not do that voice? No, I will do it as much as I want. Anyways, what were we doing? Oh yeah, audio review for the voice line we did. Yeah, the aggressor fight, not that bad. It's just Nola's scythe form. All her attacks, just like the slash, the end circle, baton spin, and the jump down slash. Which I'm a master of words. Are you sure about that? No, let me have some fake confidence. No! I'm gonna take a sledgehammer to your kneecaps. That's just rude. And then the jump down slash, which is like part 2 of the combo you do when you're mashing the attack key. So yeah, it's not hard, especially since it's more slowed down. I just suck at video games. File, export audio. Aggressor. Not Leviosa, it's Leviosa. It's whatever the fuck I want it to be. Magic is malleable, eat shit. No, please give me the singular file. I don't need to re-import every bit of audio into this fucking... Sir, can you stop screaming all the time? No. Well, it's bothering me. That's neat. I'm in my house. Yeah, the aggressor fight, not that bad. It's just Nola's scythe form. All her attacks, just like the slash, the end circle, baton spin, and the jump down slash, which is like part 2 of the combo you do when you're mashing the attack key. It's not hard, especially since it's more slowed down. I just suck at video games. I'll activate it that time. And then a bunch of yapping. It looks like me. It didn't work. There's a rune on here I've never seen before. Lock battle count 1,202. Result victory 780. Well done. Lock battle preparations complete. Rebooting. Lilac. Go to sleep. Well done. I hope I was service. Thank you very much. Was that the right thing to do? What the mind forgets, the body does not. I was born here. I spent most of my life in mock training. Molecular I created for the sole purpose of my training. It is just as well that I have no recollection of such painful memories, but I will honor their existence through my own. Become part of me and live on. Unidentified core. Component that can use or lock enhanced ability, specialized core, secret house millis is never commercially produced. So I think that implies, yeah, because there's more of them in the background. So that's saying. Well, the mind forgets that I'm not created for the sole purpose of my training. It's just as well I have no So these homunculi were just made to train Nola. Why do they look like Nola? I thought I had something, then I reread the text, and now my brain's not allowing it. Okay, we'll just move on. It's Gilroy! I was forced to return to the upper heat. I did not expect you would be able to pursue me all the way here. Look at you. How long do you think you can continue to exist in a body so corrupted by blight? Ignorant fools. My lord entrusted the homunculi to me. Sustaining the barrier that keeps this nation safe is a responsibility that takes a heavy toll, even on a homunculus such as myself. Unless the blighted body is regularly replaced, the consciousness will be forever lost. I intend to maintain the barrier over the land of fumes. Something has to change. A frost with the blood of the priestesses would possess the power to bear the burden. Abella believed this as well. When the reign of death fell upon this land, it claimed many a victim, the bulk of whom were of House Millis. Lord Cain Millis was among these we lost. I was there at the end, when he took his final breath. Lord Millis feared you. You walked in the reign of death, unfettered. He feared a world where the barrier would dissipate, leaving a blighted land where only the frost would live on. And that is why I shall see to the eradication of the attuners by my own hands. No, the eradication of all of House Frost. That is what I want, for us to be the only survivors. If we don't do something, the barrier will... Lilac, he's beyond reasoning. We must do what must need to be done. That's right, this is only fitting. And then hard cut to me dying. I was not expecting a boss fight here. Hey, alright, I've been one shot. Let's check out the rest of the area. It's like, let's not. Though Gilroy has turned into a genocidal maniac. As one does. As one does. What do you mean, as one does? So I think this also gives a hint to what the plan was. Because I believe... So the plan was to have a frost with the blood of the priestesses. So Lilia, I believe. Because I don't know if because Abella has been doing soul transfers. So that probably wouldn't count because it's not the blood of a priestess. That'd be Lilia in this case. Or Lilac, technically. Or Lily. Somewhere. I don't know if they knew about Lily. I don't think so. I think Lily came after everything went to fucking shit. So this, I believe this gives a hint to the plan, because Abella has been doing soul transfers, so she does not have the blood of a priestess. Yet I believe Lilia did. So the plan was to have her be the sacrifice for the barrier. And then fucking Gilroy just turns into a homicidal maniac. As one does. What do you mean, as one does? So this bit shows off a bit of the plan, because Abella has been doing soul transfers, and thus does not have the blood of the priestesses. But Lilia, or Lilac, whichever, one of them. Maybe Lily. I don't think they knew about Lily. I think Lily came after all the shit went to fuck. Anyways, the plan was to have Lilia be the bearer of the parasol barrier thing, and so that Gilroy could be free and all this shit. But then Gilroy just turned into a homicidal maniac. As one does. What do you mean, as one does? No, I think genocidal, homicidal? No, genocidal maniac would actually be better. What do you mean would actually be better? In the wording. In the wording. Oh, right. So this bit shows off a bit of what the plan actually was with Abella and such, because Abella no longer has the blood of the priestesses, because she's been doing soul transfers to live forever. So I believe the plan was to have either Lilia, Lilac, maybe Lily. I don't think Lily actually came into the picture until after everything went to fuck. But the plan was to have one of the main two be the bearer for the Imperium Parasol to protect the city from the rain. And then, of course, Gilroy just turns into a genocidal maniac, as one does. What do you mean, as one does? So this bit shows off a bit of what the plan actually was with Abella and such, because Abella no longer has the blood. What do you mean fart noise? Why are you doing fart noise? It's funny. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. You just like yapping. Shut up. And such, because Abella no longer has the blood of the priestesses, because she's been doing soul transfers to live forever. So I believe the plan was to have either Lilia, Lilac, maybe Lily. Three big L's right there. I get what you were going with that, but that's not funny. Sure it is. Why is that always your response when you get put down? Because it questions your reality. Ever. So I believe the plan was to have either Lilia, Lilac, maybe Lily. I don't think Lily actually came into the picture until after everything went to fuck. But the plan was to have one of... I'm waiting for somebody to actually watch my videos here, where I'm just rambling and I stutter every so often. I'm just waiting for the A Junior fucking comments. Went to fuck, but the plan was to have one of... That's how I know I've truly made it. That's right. Why are you doing JFK from Clone High? Because it's fun. That's a rather easy voice to do. The plan was to have one of the main two be the bearer for the Imperium Parasol to protect the city from the rain. To be the rain. And then, of course, Gilroy just turns into a genocidal maniac, as one does. What do you mean, as one does? Nothing bad ever happened to the Kennedys. Hans, get the flashback. Export, call it the plan. Plan. What's the plan? I don't know. I don't have one. Do you? No, not really. Not at this particular moment right here, no. Maybe next week. What do you mean next week? Maybe next year. The year? Maybe in 5 years. What is this? Communist China and their 5-year plans? So this bit shows off a bit of what the plan actually was with Abella and such, because Abella no longer has the blood of the priestesses, because she's been doing soul transfers to live forever. So I believe the plan was to have either Lilia, Lilac, maybe Lily. I don't think Lily actually came to the picture until after everything went to fuck, but the plan was to have one of the main two be the bearer for the Imperium Parasol to protect the city from the rain. And then, of course, Gilroy just turns into a genocidal maniac. And then, of course, Gilroy just turns into a genocidal maniac, as one does. Genocidal maniac, as one does. What do you mean? I'll zoom in and actually have that change at the right time. As one does. What do you mean, as one does? That lore? Foreshadowing? ARG bullshit that actually doesn't exist and I've tricked everyone to searching for it? That is something I want to do if I ever actually get around to making a video game. It's just hide a code in it. But there are no hints on how to solve it. And it is so illogical and so fucking bullshit, no one ever solves it. And that's how I do the marketing for the video game. I don't think that's good marketing. It does not show the video. I don't care. I just like messing with people. Precise fusion reduces damage taken from enemies by a percentage depending on the number of filled SP gauges. 1 gauge, 10%, 2 gauges, 15. And her core has fused with a chunk of magicite, causing an uncanny reaction. The results of a fusion-related accident at biological research facility. It pulsates constantly and reacts with magic. You have 2 SP gauges. Hey, how you been? Hoot. Looking good, moving. What's this? Hoot. Hoot, hoot, hoot. What is it, girl? What? Wait, is that human? Doesn't look like it's doing. His core's intact, too. Can we fix him? Give me a minute. This is my area of expertise. You did it! Ooh. Look, I assure us something. As long as the core still works, I'll come back with anything. Hoot, hoot. You and Hugin both belong to the chief tutor. He gave them to my big brother and me. My brother and I are always going together, and he'd keep telling us to knock it off and learn to get going. I got Moonin, he got Hugin. And then the mutant's gone. Hugin, I'm glad you made it. Now you're back, you should be with Moonin. Hoot, hoot, hoot. They're in your hands now. Thank you. Well, see you then. See you around. I'll keep doing what I can from here. Autonomous ability. Hunt this die for reconnaissance or restore save tutor's health. This might be great. You can me, misreading. Take potential comes as 4 as a pair. You get into a memento of Heath's late brother. Oh, I misread health. Heath is health. My brain lost his life to the rain of death. Yeah, just hit a quick delete on that. There we go. What do we got here? What's wrong? Quiet. They're resting. They're so soothing. Yes.
Why like what you doing? I just never get tired of watching them. I'm already tired. Well, I guess that was a wholesome interaction or something. Right, let's take this shortcut.
This was a wholesome interaction or something. And then I believe, yeah, this is all just me ranting and raving and dying and ranting and raving and dying. Alright, so we have 1 death. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not. I think it's just 5. Because this would be the yap session. Yep, alright, so it's just 5. I know the last one took a lot more.
Crashed in the middle. Crashed the...
5 is such a weird number. No good way to do 5.
I have the shield up still during boss fights before. There's also that. I'm trying to test something. Yes, fine. Good timing. Fuck.
Yep, I think we just go with the classic of fuck. Alright, now I gotta figure out how I am going to get all these clips into a grid. I'm feeling 3x2, not 3x2, well, kind of 3x2. A 2 block and a 3 block. Zoom in. Let's get everything to the same length first. So what I'm thinking is first unlink the X and the Y, turn everything X-Ys into half, turn these top 2 into half, turn these bottom 3 into thirds. And anchor point 96, 4, then 96, negative 54. Oh, that's the rotation value. Accidentally put that into the rotation value. There we go. That's better. Anchor point X, negative 96. And 1 can just stay in the middle. Negative 96. I know I'm not saying the correct thing technically, but oh well. 54, because they just end in zeros, so it's however it is. There we go. That works. Fuck. Fuck. I am gonna do nobody has to know. Let's just compound clip this. No, fuck. There we go. New compound. Gilroy 2. And that can go in the main folder. Fuck. I like this little edit. It's nice. And then we got the actual Gilroy fight itself. Bring back up notepad.
Bird and the chair. Put him in the chair. Got too far away from the chair. Keep getting attack locked. I can't dodge.
Firstly, he seems to like to dash away from you to reset you, so you have to reset and get a different type of attack going.
Bird and the chair. Put him in the chair.
He dashes, slashes, dashes,
Chair.
and then tries to what would you call these? Just the fire
Bird
spikes
and
the chair.
Put him in the chair. Trash.
I'm in the chair. And do mainly the swords of revealing light attack.
Put him in the chair.
But he has a standard
far with the
slash. Standard slash you got to be aware of to dodge, but then he'll also bring it up if you do he can combo it. So it's better to dodge than to parry. So it's probably a better idea to dodge than to parry.
Attack locked. So I can't dodge.
He just does that for a while, I think. Same 3 attacks.
Good thing.
Into phase 2, more flying swords. Looks like would you call that a ram or a jab? I think that'd be more like a ram. A lunge. And a long... far enough away, it's easier to time a dodge. Yeah, he can also fly and just try to Goomba stop you, even though you're just, like, not under him. You ever hear of the Goomba fallacy? I think that's about it.
There we go.
Overall, the fight is fair. Overall, I would say the fight is fair and is good foreshadowing for the fight still to come. Is that spoilers? I have no idea. that count as spoilers? Maybe. Yeah, it's a pretty alright fight. In the second Gilroy fight, it seems like he likes to dash away from you to both in order to get away from you and to do a different attack, mainly the Swords of Revealing Light attack that set you on fire. He also has a standard swing, but it will sometimes combo into a hard down slam, so it's better to just dodge than to parry in that situation, I feel. And that's about it for Phase 1. Phase 2, well, there's more swords. Oh yeah, there's also the long distant lunge after dashing away from you, so if you're far enough away, it's not that hard to dodge. He'll also fly up and Goomba Stomp you. Despite not being that close to him, I think this is a read move that bosses sometimes have, where players are predictable, therefore a boss should do something that just plays into that. But yeah, overall, pretty nice fight. I liked it. Good amount of challenge. In the second Gilroy fight, it seems like he likes to dash away from you to both in order to get away from you and to do a different attack, mainly. Send this man. Where are we sending this man? I don't know. Send him somewhere, just not here. And to do a different attack, mainly the Swords of Revealing Light attack that set you on fire. He also has a standard swing, but it will sometimes combo into a hard down slam, so it's better. You just walk up slowly and down smash? No. Wrong game. Down slam? So it's better to just dodge than to parry in that situation, I feel. And that's about it. Smash Bros. For the Wii. Brawl. Smash Bros. Brawl Subspace Emissary was a Metroidvania. That thought just came into my head. I feel. And that's about it for Phase 1. Phase 2, well, there's more swords. Oh yeah, there's also... I'm pretty sure I don't have that thumbnail saved. I'm pretty sure one of the Low Shenanigans thumbnails is just more swords. Phase 2, well, there's more swords. Oh yeah, there's also the long distant lunge after dashing away from you, so... If you're far enough away, it's... I'm leaving the voice crack in. Eat shit. I may tilt the fucking JPEG. Yeah, so... If you're far enough away, it's not that hard to dodge. He'll also fly up and Goomba Stomp you. Despite not being that close to him, I think this is a read move. To him. I think this is a read move that bosses sometimes have, where players are predictable, therefore a boss where players are predictable, therefore a boss should do something that just plays into that. But yeah, overall, pretty nice fight. I liked it. Good amount of challenge. File, export. Gilroy 2. We're coming up on the time limit. I think after the lore, we'll have to cut it and move forwards. I forget what episode this is on. I think this is 4. Yeah, episode 4 start, so episode 4 end and episode 5 start. In the second
Gilroy fight, it seems like he likes to dash away from you to bolt in order to get away from you, and to do a different attack, melee with swords or really light attack that set you on fire. It also has a standard swing, but it will sometimes combo to a hard down slam, so it's better to just dodge than to parry in that situation, I feel. And that's about it for phase 1. Phase 2, well, there's more swords. Oh yeah, there's also the long distant lunge after dashing away from you, so if you're far enough away.
Yeah, that was where the let's zoom in and actually get the sound. If you far enough, if you I think right there is when it starts. Far enough away, it's far enough away. And then just tilt this like way too much. Also the wrong direction. That was a better idea. Let's go with panic. And then we can tilt him at 45 degrees. So, if he's far enough away... That's funny. Instant lunge after dashing away from you, so... If he's far enough away, it's not that hard to dodge.
Also fly up and Goomba stop you, despite not being that close to him. I think this is a read move that bosses sometimes have, where players are predictable, therefore a boss should do something that just plays into that. So yeah, overall, pretty nicely. I like it. I like it. Good enough challenge.
And then we get into the app session. Yeah, this will be a little bit over an hour. That's fine.
No. After all this, like you, I'm a homunculus of House Millis. It is a bond that runs deep. Why then did you betray that bond? I was loyal to our house, was I not? You fool. It was not you that betrayed us. You were tasked with infiltrating House Frost as an agent of Millis, and thought you let your emotions get the better of you. As for what came of your folly, would you rather not remember, would you? Trust no one. Those were the final words of our Lord. That is why I do not care for your words, nor those of this presumptuous whelp. If you wish to end House Millis, end it all, make your way to the Imperium Parasol in the upper stratum. You shall have to summon every ounce of strength you can muster to destroy this core, for I shall not be deterred as the protector of this nation. And he leaves again. Gilroy! Are you okay? It appears these bloodstained hands have much to atone for. Well, let us be on our way to the upper stratum. A homunculi restoration device, like the one Gilroy had. It appears it was meant to aid the exploration of the lower stratum depths. New variety of high-output arcane amplifier, I believe I may be able to equip this. Gilroy must be stopped. It is a desire all Millis homunculi share. Unless we stop in the factory with 2 to mass produce homunculi, and the cycle will never end. Allow me to help pave the way for us. Let's do it. A cling to a wall, hold ZR and release, continuous dash through the air across the wall. Once continuing pass may be opened by dashing through regular walls. Dashing into enemies will cause damage to destroy the parts.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z Kai. So, 4 minus 4. That is 7. And with that boss fight, we are going to conclude episode number 4. Maybe we'll finish this in episode 5. I don't know. I still have 7 hours of footage to go through for that. I think we will, but we'll see. But hopefully you've enjoyed, do the YouTube stuff, and until next time, bye-bye. And with that boss fight, we are going to conclude episode number 4. Maybe we'll finish this in episode 5. I don't know. I still have 7 hours of footage to go through for that. I think we will, but we'll see. But hopefully you've enjoyed, do the YouTube stuff. I'm hungry. I don't know what I want though for that. They'll wrap a cookie at break, but we'll see. But hopefully you've enjoyed, do the YouTube stuff, and until next time, bye-bye. Split, backspace, I also have to do the funny moments for this, so we still have a lot to do. Fuck. Right, file, export, F4, end. And then I'll just bring this over here. this, plonk it up there. I'll keep this. Just put that there.
And with that, boss fight, we are going to conclude episode number 4. Maybe we'll finish this in episode 5. I don't know. I still have 7 hours of footage to go through for that.
Still have... Maybe we'll finish this in episode 5. I don't know. I still have
7 hours of footage to go through for that. I think we will. But we'll see.
I think we will.
Well, but we'll see. But hopefully you've enjoyed. Do the YouTube stuff. And until next time. Bye-bye.
Alt Y. I need to slap on the outro. No, what the fuck? And then we can move this up to 10, Alt Y again, crank this to the left. Hello and welcome to my time with Ender Magnolia, episode 5, and let's continue our search for Gilroy so we can kick his fucking ass. Hello and welcome to my time with Ender Magnolia, episode number 5, and now let's continue our search for Gilroy so we can kick his fucking ass. Well, what about YouTube demonetizing the video? I'm not monetized to begin with, but I won't be pushed in the algorithm. Do you think I give a fuck? You're so mean to yourself. I know. Anyways. Fish. Hello and welcome to my time with Ender Magnolia, episode number 5. And now let's continue our search for Gilroy so we can kick his fucking ass. File... Export Ep5 start and go to audio, but before I plonk anything into the timeline, reset. So hopefully we can get 7 hours in one-ish. Might go over depending on how much we have left over. Hello and welcome to my time with Ender Magnolia, episode number 5. And now let's continue our search for Gilroy so we can kick
His fucking ass. What do we got here? Gilroy examination record. Subject Gilroy regular replacement of parts and equipment has succeeded in temporarily delaying the effects of the blight corruption. A link to the magic of origin necessary for maintenance of the barrier puts a strain on the subject and affects blight advancement. Note, core in inert, untunable state. Astoundingly, subject maintains consciousness, but condition is designated critical. Okay, so he's technically already dead. Odd.
So, the core is inert, untunable, which means, yeah, he's dead, but he's alive. But it requires a connection to the magic of origin. So obviously the magic is what's keeping him alive. It's keeping him alive, but is the blight itself corrupting him, or is it the fight that is he just being warned? Is his sanity being connected to it? Like, what am I trying to say here? How much of Gilroy is actually Gilroy and not just the blight kind of mimicking him? That's what I'm going for. This raises a good question. If his core is inert, he's dead, yet he's conscious. But with the magic of Origin going through him and advancing the Blight, is the Blight actually just in control here? And just kind of going through the motions more like a ghost than an actual Blight? Or is he actively fighting it? So if his core is inert, so he's dead, that does raise the question of if he's actually conscious, or is that just the Blight kind of mimicking him and believing the Blight itself is Gilroy? It's kind of lost the hive mind or something. I don't know, this is just a question that came into my head, and I think it's interesting. It would be terrible on game theory. Yeah, that's why I'm not on game theory. The only way I'm getting on game theory is by making weird shit that doesn't make sense there, and then the internet's just like, the fuck? Matt's not here anymore. Oh. Tom? I think Tom is game theory. There's 4 new hosts. So if his core is inert, so he's dead, that does raise the question of if he's actually conscious, or is that just... Do you have any supporting evidence? No. Are you going to find any? Not particularly. Why not? Does anybody else nowadays? I mean, you have a point, but that doesn't mean you should do that. Anyways, back to not fucking caring. Of if he's actually conscious, or is that just the Blight kind of mimicking him and believing the Blight itself is Gilroy? It's kind of lost the hive mind or something. I don't know, this is just a question that came into my head, and I think it's interesting. File, export, call it Zomroy. That's the Zomroy theory. That's a terrible name for that. Do you think I care? Anyways, back to building the soup. I don't think you build the soup. No, you build a soup. No, I don't think that counts. Sure it does. So if his score's inert, so he's dead, that does raise the question of if actually conscious, or is that just the Blight kind of mimicking him and believing the Blight itself is Gilroy? It's kind of lost the hive mind or something. I don't know, this is just a question that came to my head. I think it's interesting. Fuck. Ooh, echo device. Increases damage dealt by primary abilities by 15%. An arcane instrument that was in development at Biological Research Facility. Work on it was halted while it was still in the prototype phase. Originally intended to augment its capabilities. House Lewis ceased further development following disputes with House Frost. Anyway, that's that. What is up with this? Excuse me. And what do we have here? Cutscene. What's this? Documents on the Imperium Parasol. By drawing magic from the land of origin, the Imperium Parasol is capable of emitting an unceasing magic barrier. Precipitation particles that fall from the barrier serve as fuel for all homunculi, allowing them to operate without the need for magicite as power source. Continuous operation of the barrier requires the presence of King Lilith, or homunculus replicatum. Gilroy has been tasked with this duty at present, but a successor must be ready in anticipation of blight deterioration. It's about the barrier. The Imperium Parasol was constructed to ward off the rain of death. The barrier draws its magic from the land of origin. It looks like there's a key inside. Lord Melis's mark. A piece of the key that grants entry to the upper stratum. The key that was made prior to the rivalry between Melis and Frost. Allowed its bearers to pass through the upper sanctum in secrecy. If we put 2 halves of the key together, we should be able to gain entry to the upper stratum. I believe the room used by Cain the Lord Melis himself. Nola, is something the matter? No, nothing. I was merely thinking. That sounds like if we destroy the barrier, that kills all the homunculus. That's right. Is that Doug Dimmadome over the Dimstale Dimazone? No. Why would that be Doug Dimmadome over the Dimstale Dimmadome? Chiron. Increases SP gauge by 4% every 2 seconds. That could be rather nice. Don't help by Sorcerer's Academy. Plans for Minister of the Academy to suit the Sorcerer's needs. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Now what I'm thinking. Cracked Malachite Dagger. Increases damage dealt by tuner arts by 15%. Dagger concealed by homunculus that had plotted murder of D-Clan. Covered in Metacite after attempt at D-Clan failed, homunculus was sent to the holding cells. And then back up here. Probably something just hiding in here. Ancient Theory. Improves stats, primarily defense, up to 2 bracelets in the equipped time. An ominous artifact left behind by the ancient, said to have been worn by the priestesses. Okay, what are the actual stats since I just got this thing?
That's not too great.
Then, new stream, more lore. Oh boy, more lore.
Blast, a means to the upper stratum. I'm kind of nervous. Please, wait. Ah. Our friends from the arena tower, what are you doing here? We were making our way to the upper stratum. Well, we've been looking for a way up there ourselves. You wish to help? The upper stratum is likely the most heavily guarded place in the entire nation. I shall scout ahead to find us a path. Time for games is over. Prevail or die trying. Thank you, all of you. We have built and homed for combat. It is our time now. Let's meet the upper stratum. Let's be on our way.
And they all died.
Upper Stratum Communication Device. Administrative District Lockdown, known as the Reign of Death, continues to cause severe harm to the Upper Stratum. Survivors are advised to seek shelter at the Control Tower or other similarly secure locations and await rations. During this period of lockdown, residents are prohibited from leaving the Upper Stratum. Residents that have been affected by the blight will be quarantined to the Central and Lower Stratums, the Upper Stratum Guard. Ah, I see. So everything went to shit down here, up here. Due to the fact of, well, it started raining.
Started raining, and then we had class warfare. Oh, is this a boss fight? Yes, it's a boss fight. What? Yeah, that was a boss fight, and then we fucked off. As we do several times.
Due to the fact of, well, it started raining. You saw that. That was...
Villas.
Why is there a cutscene? It looks like it was made for you. Could these have been your quarters? Do you remember anything? I don't remember this room being here before. I've never seen no letter in my time here. I see it. I wonder whose room it was then. So the fuck is this thing? Unidentified transport. Oh, that can be used to unlock and enhance one's abilities. A magic transport developed by House Millis. Proprietary, fuck. Is essential component in the transformation mechanism of Noah's weapon. Ain't here.
Can't fucking read. My ability to read. I swear I was taught how to read. My brain just hates me. My brain and my mouth disagree on what to say. I swear I was taught how to read. It's just that my brain and my mouth disagree on what to say. I can read. I can fight. That's not how that scene goes. I don't care. It's for the bit. I swear I was taught how to read. It's just that my brain and my mouth disagree on what to say. I'll export. Call it Borf. Why are you calling it Borf? Because that's Borf it. Time to Borf it. I don't think it's time to Borf it. It's time to Borf it. Ah, no, we're Borfing it. Boof? No, Borf. It's different. Alright, if you say so. Where's Sad? That's Panic, Matt. There's Sad. I swear I was taught how to read. It's just that my brain and my mouth disagree on what to say. Relatable or something. Priestess's Tears increases damage dealt to enemies by percentage depending on the number of field SPKs. 10%, 15%. Arcane instrument developed by House Cross. It was used to store excess magic of sorcerers whose magic potential greatly exceed that of others. Okay. Now we're in a new area. Yeah, so after Strad. Thank you, Lilac. We wouldn't have made it without you. Thank you, Marley. Say, do you ever think about becoming the next lord of your house? You know, I always wanted me to. I don't think my father wanted to entrust the duties of a lord to a human. He didn't trust the judgment of humans. But you have the perspective of both humans and homunculi. You'd be a great fit. I do, don't I? I never expected my comrades to follow us into the upper stratum. They always did care about you, deeply about you. Perhaps it was our mutual hatred of D-Clan that forged such strong bonds between us. However, I suspect it wasn't just for me. You earned their respect as well. That's so. I hope I'm worthy of it then. You like the name number 7? As names go, it doesn't suit you very much. I don't dislike it. Remember connects me to my comrades. I understand. I like being called Lord of Frost too.
Motley's communication device. How are you doing, Lord Motley? Please take some time off from the Academy whenever you should feel the need to do so. Rest assured that, for the time being, I am capable of carrying out Lord Kane's duties. There is also a confidential matter I'd like to confide with you. There exists a homunculus with whom I'm very close and would very much like to introduce the two of you. Let us meet and speak in person soon, Gilroy. I think that's how you trick the kid.
I don't even have to do a voiceover.
I think that's how you trick the kid.
Those were going to say, and I believe that's how fucking, well, D-Clan converted the kid, but I think Gilroy allowed it. I don't know who else Gilroy would be talking about. Yeah, this wiki is just empty. There's no fucking... This game has been out for a while. You'd think, there's more about D-Clan in here than there is about Motley. Motley's more of a main character. Telling Motley over the body that was granted to him. Yep, and there is nothing in here. Yeah, this wiki is fragmented. Oh well. I don't think I need to yap about anything right here, because alright. Boss fight again. And we just get the one oof. Aight. Nope, go back. There we go. Alright, this is the other boss fight with a annoying fucking run back. I don't know if I'm
Locked out from getting that.
I am.
Am I? Yes.
Sight. Yeah. Am I? Yes. It starts with the fire across the floor, which is easily jumped over. Standard up slash. And a boomerang shield throw, it looks like. Also, this boss has a shield. This boss has a fucking shield and I hate it. Well, that's about it. There's also a parry. Do I ever hit the parry? Also a parry that if you hit it, it will send an explosion in your general direction.
Bitches love cannons.
IT, you've come at the exact wrong time because ads are about to start, and it's still not. Twitch breaks everything. Homer let the Barts out. Oh no, the Barts are free. Fuck. Send an explosion in your general direction. Yep, this is fine. This is fine. I don't think there's anything else here, really. I don't know what to tell you. Twitch is broken. That's the best information I can give to you there. I don't know, I don't remember seeing you. And there's the ads. We'll be back. I want a snack. You probably lurked? Yeah, that's all probably, I don't know. Like I said, Twitch is just broken. They don't know how to keep the website working. So yeah, I think that's all this boss's attacks, and some of the difficulty comes from the fact that you have to be on top of a boss to attack them, and a lot of these attacks are just anti being on top of the boss. Also dash at you with the upward swing, so I'll have to add that. I think that's everything here. Yeah, because we just combo him into the ground there. Alright. This is the other boss fight in this game that has a stupid-ass run back. At least it opens with a simple, slow-moving flame across the floor, so it's just easily jumped over. And then there's the standard upwards slash attack, and then the back step into a shield throw, which acts like a boomerang. And yes, this boss also has a shield, and I fucking hate it. He also has a parry that, if hit, will just send an explosion wave in your general direction. There's also the slow walk into a dash swing, which can be a bit trippy. This boss just has a bunch of stuff that is just anti being on top of the boss, which is where you need to be to do damage, so this is just a bunch of back and forth and just trying not to get caught in the attacks. Dying. Slowly. Not Shirley. Don't call me Shirley. Okay, okay, Theodore. This is the other boss fight in this game that has a stupid-ass run back. At least it opens with a simple... At least it opens with a simple, slow-moving flame across the floor, so it's just easily jumped over. And then there's this... And then there's the standard upwards slash attack, and then the back step into a shield throw, which acts like a boomerang. And yes, this... then the back step into a shield throw, which acts like a boomerang. And yes, this boss also has a shield, and I fucking hate it. He also has a parry that, if hit, will just send an explosion wave in your general direction. There's also the slow walk into a dash swing, which can be a bit trippy. This boss just has a bunch of stuff that is just anti being on top of the boss, which is where you need to be. Bunch of stuff that is just anti being on top of the boss, which is where you need to be to do damage, so this is just a bunch of back and forth and just trying not to get caught in the attacks. Righty. It works. I use some of the Australian. Don't worry about it. No, I'm distinctly worried about it. What's... Velis? Velis. File, export... Velis. This is the
other boss fight in this game that has a stupid.
This is the other boss fight.
Run back in this game that has a stupid ass run back. At least
Opens with
a simple slow moving blade across the floor, so it's just easily jumped over. And there's the standard upwards slash attack, and then the back step into a shield throw, which acts like a boomerang. And yeah. Boss also has a shield, and I fucking hate it.
so he also
Has a parry that, if hit, will just send an explosion wave in your general direction. There's also the slow walk into a dash swing, which can be a bit tricky. This boss just has a bunch of stuff that is just anti-being on top of the boss, which is where you need to be to do damage, so this is just a bunch of back and forth and just trying not to get caught in the attacks.
and the fights go about and boop.
Protect Imperium Parasol. Failed my duty. Please stop, Master Gilroy. All by himself. The Lord's burden. Nothing left to protect. Forgive me. Done all I can. You have earned your rest. Mystery is able to fight. Let's go downstairs. I knew there'd be another way up.
And then pull the lever. Pull the lever, Kronk. Oh, I actually got the right lever. Hooray.
Celestial Bangle. Group stats primarily defense up to 2, but bracelets can be equipped at the same time. The bracelets marked with a rune depicting celestial rays. Bangles were the creation of King Millis, Lord House of Millis, and the Master Craftsman. Alright. So
he made all the bangles we find, which is a lie, because we found some made by the ancients. This is Millis propaganda. I'm pretty sure. Bracelet. That makes sense. They're actually called bracelets, and the bangles are all... Okay, never mind. I'll shut up. I'll shut up with my conspiracy theories. Alright.
come a long way. You can climb to the Imperium Parasol. Now, lower strategy, look up and see this place far off in the distance. Lilac, are you ready to face Gilroy? Hell no. I'm a little nervous, but with all of you here, I think things will work out. I too am grateful for all of you. I've got your back. Doesn't sound like you, Nola. Not that I'm complaining. Let's keep moving.
We then went exploring for lore.
Gilroy's communication device. Gilroy, as you well know, I consider you my other self. This is not only because you were created from a biological replica of me, but also because, for better or worse, you and I are exceedingly similar in countless other ways. As such, I have been forced to place the most heavy burden on you. Rest assured, I know that the pain of sustaining the barrier is immeasurable, and I'm preparing a homunculus to succeed you in this painful duty. I ask that you endure a little longer. King Millis. Interesting. Nameless Priestess Ring. As beginning while attacking increased by 20. A ring from Abella, Lord of House Frost. The homunculi of House Frost were created in conjunction with those of House Millis, but it is said that the Frost parted with a number of valuables as part of the agreement between the two houses. Interesting. That's that room.
Yeah, Gilroy is just a clone of Millis, so he is Millis. So he is Cain, so it just... Some of these notes are just redundant. So Gilroy initially wasn't a homunculus. He was a clone of Cain, and then became a homunculus. Are we sure this thing has a soul? I have a feeling Gilroy actually doesn't at this point. Yeah, I got nothing to say on the ring. Okay, so Gilroy was initially just a clone of Cain, but then became a homunculus. Does Gilroy even have a soul to have a core with? Is that why it's permanently inert? and somehow still working, because he never had a soul to begin with. And cores work on souls. Maybe that's how this works? I don't know. I'm confused at this point. The only thing going through my head is that one song from the fucking Teen Titans Go. Soul Collective. Okay, so Gilroy was initially just a clone of Cain, but then became a homunculus. Does Gilroy... I'm gonna cut out the lip smacks there. I'm gonna leave the blank. Does Gilroy even have a soul to have a core with? Is that why it's permanently inert? Inert. And somehow still working, because he never had a soul to begin with. And cores work on souls. Maybe that's how this works? I don't know. I'm confused at this point. Export souls? Huh? Because you can't put question marks in fucking file names. Okay, so Gilroy was initially just a clone of Cain, but then became a homunculus. Does Gilroy even have a soul to have a core with? Is that why it's permanently inert? It somehow still works, because he never had a soul to begin with. And cores work on souls. Maybe that's how this works? I don't know, I'm confused at this point. And next lore bit. I've heard there were survivors in this nation of the ancient people, and it appears the rumors were true. You're descended from them too, aren't you? The priestesses of the ancients. It's rather obvious just looking at you. Huh? Where I'm from, and this land of humans, they were both once ruled by the ancient people. The priestesses are their legacy. The Blight, too, has existed since the time of the ancients, the embodiment of people's hatred. The Blight comes from people? Are you a priestess? A descendant of theirs, in a manner, not unlike you. The ancient people dwelled in the depths, in a place that is said to be sacred. I've been waiting to see it for myself, even if there's nothing left of it. This flower is now not red. I believe she did that. You've gone to place sacred. You left of it. Oh, it's you. Thank you for coming. That thing you got there, an arcane instrument made by the cross, is it not? Do you know what it is? I suspect I might, although I certainly didn't expect to see it again. Looks like something one of my pupils might have made, and his tutor, as it were. No good with arcane instruments, that one, not like his younger sister. But then he always was full of surprises. Shy, competitive, and too proud to ask for help. He was the cutest little rascal. Let's see if we can go on. Let me see that deer. There, as good as new, now you can have it back now. Are you sure? It's called a gear. Like metal gear? It's an arcane instrument, commonly used by tutors, although I'm not sure that you'll find it useful yourself. Incomplete gear. Slightly reduces Lilacs weight. An arcane instrument restored by Elder of the Sorcerer's Village, a prototype fashioned by the chief tutor, Joran, and given to his master and former attuner, Cassia, when a child. Interesting. This area is not clear. I think we saw the name Cassia somewhere. Also, I never found the yeah, there's no upgrade for the incomplete gear. And the thing is, if I look up gear, nothing comes up. Like, there are other gears, but I don't think this one has an upgrade. I just say it's weird that it's called incomplete gear and there's like no upgrade path for it. Unless I completely missed it and it's not on the wiki. It's just such a strange choice. I just say it's weird that it's called incomplete gear and there's like no upgrade path for it. Unless I completely missed it and it's not on the wiki. It's just such a strange choice. File, export, gear, call it gear. Yeah. There we go with the disappointed face for this one. I just say
It's weird that's called incomplete gear and there's like no update path for it. Unless I completely missed it and it's not on the wiki. It's such a strange choice. Here she is. I was taking a brief rest. Here? How are you feeling? The blight. It's quite taxing down here. A little numb and unpleasant, but it's nothing I can't handle. Be careful. You may have a resistance to the blight, but don't become like me. Are you okay? I'm fine. That aside, I happened upon an unusual magic barrier. I believe it may have been put in place by a priestess of the ancients. I took the liberty of dispelling it, and now I'm going to rest a little longer. Are you really sure you're okay? Alright. Huh? Wait, this is the other side of the room, so isn't this a boss fight? Looks like it could be a boss fight. Hi! Lilia? Lilia, I'm so sorry it took us so long. Open your eyes, please, wake up! Don't touch her. The blight. Is there anything we can do? You can do. Even if the blight is purified, I don't know if it'll save her. No. But if we do purify it, it would ease her suffering. Purifying the blight. I wish I could do it. Purify the blight. As I am now, I have no strength. My voice wouldn't reach. All I can do is impart the knowledge of the priestesses. I'm sorry. There's even the smallest chance that we can save Lilia from her suffering. I'll do whatever it takes. And I will return to the surface and think of what we could do. Lilia. Alright, still no idea what this room, but I think I know where she is. That room stuff is now. Oh, drink of water. Still no idea what this blighted eye. As I say it, that blighted pupil you have, perhaps it could take the place of an amulet for purifying the blight. The fumes have eaten away at it, with light in this nation. We need to learn more. The fuck does that mean?
the fuck does that mean? I don't know what that means right now, but which ending Lily is this? As we go back. Oh, that says foreign land. Not far away. I thought it said far away. Traveling priestess from a foreign land. Foreign land. Traveling priestess. Minor character in Bloom, Sources Academy. The priestess hailing from foreign land, she is shrouded in mystery, choosing to indulge things that are convenient. She has an otherworldly air about her. She appears to be investigating the blight of the land of fumes. Or an ancient priestess, land of fumes, investigating the blight. I'm trying to see if it's like ever confirmed that this is Lily. I guess I could control F for Lily. It's heavily implied, all but stated, that this is Lily. The Light Priestess in the white dress pattern. She wears a cloak. Umbral Knight. Under Lily. Lily. Where's an amulet beneath her clothing? Aegis Kiro. So it would be the ending with the Aegis Kiro, which I think there's only one ending with the Kiro. Land end. Blighted Lord. Ending C. I think there's only, yeah, there's only 3 endings. Reaching land end, so. Will it be purified in the hinterlands beyond land end, land's edge? And then defeating the Blighted Lord without the Aegis Cure, and then getting the Aegis Cure and defeating the Blighted Lord. So, do. Oh, hi. How's it going? We're just editing video here. I'm trying to do voiceover for this section now that I've got the lore figured out for this. What was I going to say? Right. Okay, so we're all in agreement that this is Lily. But the question is, which ending from Ender Lilies is this Lily? Well, I guess we'll find that out here soon enough. That works. Split that. Alright. Okay, so we're all in agreement that this is Lily. But the question is, which ending from Ender Lilies is this Lily? Well, I guess we'll find that out here soon enough. Yeah, good enough. I'll export. Call it Lily. And we'll just drag that over. Put this here. Okay, so we're all in agreement that this is Lily. Which ending from Ender Lilies is this Lily? Well, I guess we'll find that out here soon enough. Up. Obtain all findings. B. Blighted prophecy, we born of the land of origin, shall in the fullest of time return to our place of birth, stripped of what which is rightly ours by the knave sorcerers. Let our sorrow and bile manifest as unyielding blight. Thus, when the fated time should come to pass, we shall be reborn anew in this land of origin, and the world shall return to us ancients. Abella, O most pieable priestess, we have left behind. We await your return. Alright. So something in this room. So, the ancients were born from the land of origin. Born from the land of origin. They were removed from the land of origin by the witches. And because of that, they summoned the blight out of hatred for the witches. And when the time was right, they would come back and be reborn in the land of origin. But they needed a Bella for this. But now Abella is dead. So to me that means the ancients are forever gone and there's no way to bring them back. So if there is a third game in this series, I'm not sure how you progress the plot other than having a separate bit of the ancients. This note feels like an Ori, what's the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest? Will-o-wisp. This feels like an Ori type bit of writing. If you haven't played Ori, Blind Forest, and Will-o-wisp, go play that. Which is me saying there's no third game for a reason. Because this shows that the Blight was meant to take over the land so that then the ancients could just have power over the land again. I'm gonna move Audacity over here to the left so I can have this. Okay, this note kind of ties everything together, I believe. So, the ancients were born in the land of origin, but then they were removed from the land of origin, more or less, by the witches. And in their anger and sorrow, they summoned the Blight to more or less take care of these witches, and eventually they would come back and take over the Blight itself, and then it's their world again, it's their land again. But they needed somebody left to do that, and that was Bella. And now this is where we get into Ori and the Blind Forest type-esque writing, and its sequel. If you haven't played those games, go play them. Where I don't think there's going to be a third game in this series, because I don't think there's anywhere to move the Ancients' plot without branching it off somewhere. So, I don't know what the writers of these games have in mind, but yeah, that's the main reason the Blight exists, why Bella exists in this game, and the entirety of the plot summed up, I think. Okay, this note kind of ties everything together, I believe. So, the ancients were born in... Excuse me. I believe. So, the ancients were born in the land of origin, but then they were removed from the land of origin, more or less, by the witches. And in their anger and sorrow, they summoned the Blight. They summoned the Blight to more or less take care of these witches, and eventually they would come back and take over the... take over the Blight itself, and then it's their world again, it's their land again. But they needed somebody left. But they needed somebody left to do that, and that was Bella. And now this is where... And now this is where we get into Ori and the Blind Forest type-esque writing, and its sequel. If you haven't played those games, go play them. Where I don't... Where I don't think there's going to be a third game in this series, because I don't think there's anywhere to move the Ancients' plot without branching it off somewhere. So, I don't know what the writers of... these games have in mind, but yeah, that's... But yeah, that's the main reason the Blight exists, why Bella exists in this game, and the entirety of the plot summed up, I think. That's what the Reign of Death was in the original game, is that it was the will of the ancients trying to just destroy the land above it and take it back. The Blighted Lord. Okay, this note kind of ties everything together, I believe. So, the ancients were born in the land of origin, but then they were removed from the land of origin, more or less, by the witches. And in their anger and sorrow, they summoned the Blight to more or less take care of these witches, and eventually they would come back and take over the Blight itself, and then it's their world again, it's their land again. But they need somebody left to do that, and that was Bella. And now this is where we get into Ori and the Blind Forest type-esque writing, and its sequel. If you haven't played those games, go play them. Where I don't think there's going to be a third game in this series, because I don't think there's anywhere to move the series. Games, go play them. Where I'm gonna put sad here. Don't think there's going to be a third game in this series, because I don't think there's anywhere to move the Ancients' plot without branching it off somewhere. So, I don't know what the writers of these games have in mind, but yeah, that's the main reason the Blight exists, why Bella exists in this game, and the entirety of the plot summed up, I think. And then on to the next bit here.
Typhon. Restores 2 HP, 2% HP every 2 seconds. Yeah, that's better than the other one. Totem meant to aid investigation of dangerous terrain. Was attack to help reduce the burden of blight. However, few homunculi were able to withstand its effects. Interesting.
That makes it sound like it has a hidden fucking debuff in it. I don't like that.
Levy, how in the fuck is Levy down here? Unless you're not Levy. Levy, what are you doing down here? Levy, how did you get here? I want to see for myself. The land of origin. That's nothing like you read in the books. This is so lonely here, even though this is supposed to be where magic and life comes from. I don't think it was always like this. The land was transformed. Transformed this place, just like it did the Crimson Forest. Here, I found this.
I found this very important item. I found the thing very impertinent to your quest. Seal
of the land of origin. A vestige of the sorcerers of the ancients. It contains a description of the blighted fumes. The land of origin was once known as the Holy Land of the ancients. The curious item on this by Levy. Someone else may have further insight you want to read.
Well, that's where a third game could go. Flashback to the ancients.
Here's something to do with the blight. Might come in handy. Thanks. I'll look for someone that can decipher this. Levy, it's dangerous down here. Why don't you come back with us? Okay, I'm leaving already. You take it from here, Lilac. Be careful. See ya. Swear to God.
That damn child.
Ah. That blighted people. And that steel. With these, I could... Let me see those. This is an amulet. When you perform a purification, it will reduce the blight's burden on your body. I once used it myself. I was able to restore it using the blighted pupil. Faintly glowing Aegis Curio. An heirloom with the power to repress and even purify the effects of the blight. It has been fine-tuned for an attuner's use by a priestess from a far-off land. It may be used on Lilia, in the land of origin. I can purify the blight. Like me, you share a deep connection with the priestesses. If you can reach your heart, I'm certain you will be able to. You will be able to. Reach your heart, like tuning. In truth, Lilia could have been purified when we first found her. But if I had shown you how, you would have wanted to try and wash your mind to the blight. And so I wanted to find another way. I'm sorry, I lied to you. It's okay. Thank you. I mean it. Be careful. Let's go, Nola. Yes. To the canon ending.
That's right, it was ending C that was canon in Ender Lilies. The hardest ending, because that's just standard in how video games work nowadays. Why can't we just have, like, the medium ending be true, and you went through all the hard work for nothing? Why are you evil? Why are you mean? Why do you want to disappoint people? I already do. That's not entirely true. That's right, it was ending C that was canon in Ender Lilies. The hardest ending, because that's just standard in how video games work nowadays. Why can't we just have, like, the medium ending be true, and you went through all the hard work for nothing? File, export, all ending C. That's right, it was ending C that was canon in Ender Lilies. The hardest ending, because that's just standard in how video games work nowadays. Why can't we just have, like, the medium ending be true, and you went through all the hard work for nothing?
Lilia, please, pick up. Nola? Allow me to share this burden. Oh, look at this. It's so pretty. This flower, it's called a magnolia. I want you to see it. It doesn't resemble me in the slightest. Magnolia, you do not need to bear the station's weight upon your shoulders. I will return for you once our future has been secured. Trust now. Do not cry, Lilia. You and a part the tuner will connect us. We shall meet again. Lilac, forgive me. I was unable to protect you. When you are older, you will need to save Lilia. The three of us will meet again. That I promise you. Those were your memories. Lilia and my tuner. Listen, you inherited that duty from her. There. Lilac? I see you. You came looking for me. There's so much I want to talk to you about, so much I can't remember. This is where I found you, when you were little. I've never regretted the choice I made that day, the choice to protect you. I trust you feel the same, don't you, Magnolia? Magnolia, I'm sorry it has taken us so long. Magnolia, is that her real name? That's right. I realized when I tuned her, Magnolia didn't know her own name. The name Gilroy concealed to hide your true strength. My true strength? Only two people have the power to sustain the appearance parasol barrier, Gilroy and you. While Gilroy is only able to sustain the barrier, you have the power to destroy it as well. The Lord House, Millis, it would seem he entrusted the future to Homunculi. That can't be. I too wish to entrust our future to you. Lilia. Nola. I remember giving you that name. There are other memories too, things I can't remember. I myself prefer Nola. It feels warmer. You said the same thing at the time. The blight. In it I felt something. The cries of suffering, of the lives that spring forth from the land of origin. The Imperium Parasol, it and Gilroy are connected to this place, siphoning its magic to sustain the barrier. And in turn, Gilroy's anguish, his anger and pain, are infecting the land of origin. If I have the power to destroy the barrier, perhaps I could use the connection to put this foolish place out of its misery as well. What? And then to the fumes, and to our worries. An efficient plan, is it not? If you did that, you'd be destroying the source of our magic, and all we'd be left with is the reign of death. I was speaking in jest, you know. It wouldn't do to wield this power lightly. What if rather than destroying it, we were to release the magic of origin instead, unleashing upon the blight and reign of death? Would it put an end to the blight? It would certainly be a heavy wager, but magic is the most miraculous thing. I'll remain here. When Nola makes contact with the magic of origin, I'll help redirect it. If we do that, no, we just got you back. Who knows what it would do to this place? I'm sorry. I can't leave this place. Huh? My connection to the magic of origin is all that is keeping me alive. Perhaps this was Abella's plan all along. No. Determination. There must be some other way. Perhaps the priestess we met. There's no time. I don't know how long I have. The choice is yours. The future is in your hands. Take this. It'll allow us to remain connected to one another. Lilia's blighted ring. Unleashes the full power of Nola's tutor's art. With it, she will be able to destroy the Imperium Parasol's barrier, a ring that has been corroded by the blight. Lilia's powers, deeply connected to the magic of origin, resides within it. Light priestess attire, dazzling light remains that must appear to shimmer in a true mysterious order, quite unlike magic. I still like the blue better. Lilia. It appears she's asleep. The soul must yearn for release after spending so long bound to this place. Whatever your decision, I will abide by it. Beyond the truth. You're gonna have it, Lilia.
Okay. I was wrong. Maybe there is a third way this can go. Actually, no. Because then Lilac would have need to be born with the memories of the ancients. The Land of Origin can just spew out ancients at any given time. They don't have the memories of the people. So what was the plan? Just to have Abella, after everything got wiped by the blight, just to have Abella raise a bunch of babies perpetually or something? Also, idea for the third game. Flashback to when the ancients lost. Or something. Because relative plot nonsense. Because this is just world bearing and wholesome stuff, but this being where they found Lilac. So Lilac is directly one of the ancients, spawned from the Land of Origin. Which raises the question of what the actual plan was after the Blight won. Because then you just have Abella, I assume. Raising children. How long does it take to get one of these children? And they don't have memories of the ancients, so then Abella is just the only source of knowledge, and thus the critical linchpin to where she could just lie to them and then become all ruler of the ancient all-powerful bullshit. So again, I ask, what was the plan? So the big thing I'm going to pick up off of this is that this is where Lilac was born, more or less, where she was found, so I assume she was born in here. But that also raises a question for me. If the plan from the ancients was to have the Blight cleanse everything, and then they take it back, and only Abella is there, does the land of origin just produce babies, or can it produce, like, adults, too? Because if it's just babies, that with no memories of the ancients, then Abella is then a linchpin who could then manipulate the new ancients into just being their godmother and just rule this land herself, and then I don't think that's what the ancients wanted. So again, what was the actual plan? Also, idea for the third game, flashback, and we can actually figure out what the plan is for the ancients, and we play as the ancients or the invading force. One or the other, pick one. How's it already 12:45? So the big thing I'm going to pick up off of this is that this is where Lilac was born, more or less, where she was found, so I assume she was born in here. But that also raises a question for me. In here. But that also raises a question for me. If the plan from the ancients was to have the blight cleanse everything and then they take it back, and only Abella is take it back, and only Abella is there, does the land of origin just produce babies, or can it produce, like, adults too? Because if it's just babies, that with no memories of the ancients, then Abella is then a linchpin who could then manipulate the new ancients into just being their godmother and just rule this land herself, and then I don't think that's what the ancients wanted. And then I don't think that's what the ancients wanted. So again, what was the actual plan? Also, idea for the third game. Also, idea for the third game, flashback, and we can actually figure out what the plan is for the ancients, and we play as the ancients or the invading force. One or the other, pick one. Pick one. I pick 3. Damn it. Export. What was the plan? Do you know what the plan was? I don't. Nobody does. I don't think anybody had any idea what the fuck was going to happen. So the big thing I'm going to pick up off of this is that this is where Lilac was born, more or less, where she was found, so I assume she was born in here. But that also raises a question for me. The plan from the ancients was to have the blight cleanse everything, and then they take it back, and only Abella is there. Does the land of origin does the land of origin just produce babies, or can it produce, like, adults too? If it's just babies with no memories of the ancients, then Abella is then a linchpin who could then manipulate the new ancients into just being their godmother and just rule this land herself, and then I don't think that's what the ancients wanted. So again, what was the actual plan? What was the actual plan? Also, idea for the third game, flashback, and we can actually figure out what the plan is for the ancients, and we play as the ancients or the invading force. One or the other, pick one. We're going right. Right was the wrong option. Time has come to wrest the barrier from Gilroy. Like, can we go to do this? Yeah. If this fails, it could mean the end of magic as we know it. But that isn't a burden you should have to carry by yourself. I want to free Lilia from her suffering too. And we shall go do this together. Trust no one. Those are the final words of our Lord. And that is why I do not care for your words.
We know the barrier draws its magic from the land of origin. If you are responsible for sustaining it and its weakening, it is almost a certainty that it is your blight-addled mutant consciousness causing the blight to spread further. Surely you must understand this. If not me, then who? Who else is worthy of sitting upon this throne? We don't need a throne anymore. What? What if we were to destroy the barrier, unleash the magic from the land of origin upon the reign of death? Child, do you have any idea what that might do? The land of origin's magic is the very backbone of this nation. If their means of survival, homunculi would perish. All that would remain is famine and plundering. Is that the future you wish for? Nobody should have to make the choices we are left with. Neither humans nor homunculi. All we can do now is reach out to those closest to us, brother. And just like, what is this, Magnolia? An attempt on your part to save me? A conceited gesture at best. Very well. You wish to see the magic of origin unleashed? Allow me to demonstrate its power. I shall not yield until this body is not but a rotting husk. Well, I want to go back to the left. No. There's shit I'm missing. I'm burning alive. I think you haven't killed me yet. You just dashed past me twice.
I think you haven't killed me yet. You just danced past me twice. So... Okay, so... It was just a charmed fragment, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Because we do have everything. What I'm trying to do right now is find the actual boss fight. So that I can get everything. So I can more or less just delete. Okay, okay. I believe we found it. Okay, that is a black frame. So then that's the ending right there. I gotta go back again. I accidentally moved the thing. Enough with the scroll wheel. Alright, there we are. Alright. I think the easiest way to count how many are going to be in here is to get everything grouped up and then shift it to track 4 and then have that thing count for me. Because if I zoom this, it shows me how many clips there are. So I should be able to just do that. And there's going to be a lot here. Right? I forgot to move the thing. Too far back. And we delete anything that's not above basically all these long stretches with me yapping and complaining. We will eventually find a gap. And there it is. So what I'm going to do first, move those up to track 4, zoom in till we can see the clips. That took 26. Of course, it's 26, not 25. Fuck. I could manipulate this a little bit. Because I do have this death, which I am pretty sure is just this death.
I think you haven't killed me yet. You just dashed past me twice.
Because I want to see what's to the left. So yeah, so what I can do is cheat.
I think you haven't killed me yet. You just dashed past me twice. Because I want to see what's to the left.
Because I'm not going to be able to get to this tonight, I am going to There's a charmed fragment to the left. Put that in notepad. Alright. Now let's see what dying soundbite do we want? Not
Oh, I thought that was a fucking wolf. Oh, I guess I was dodging it the whole time. Ah, this is so horseshit. Alright. Died of fire. Oh god.
feeling the horseshit one.
I didn't even see the attack start. No! I'm still doing the dash! Wow. Alright, and we won't even get to see what the fuck happens. There we go. So, I get... Oh. Damn it. They lost me. Auto heal. I'd rather just... Yeah, reset. Ah. Yeah. Again, I was in... I don't... That's it. Oh. Stuck in a corner. I don't even know what the fuck just happened.
I feel like that one might be better.
Fuck. Hitting the ankle. I'm stuck. And I get hit somehow. Right. You see, that was a different...
So there's, I think it was this one.
I don't even know what the fuck just happened. Ah, this is so horseshit. Right.
Yeah, I think I like,
I don't even know what the fuck just happened.
I think I like that one better. Okay. So we have 25 clips here. So then that's 5 by 5. I hit space. So then that would be a 0.2. Now the hard part here is the math. I think the best way to do this, because it doesn't matter what way I do this. I'm going to grab the clip with the audio, put it on the baseline. The audio will be center. $960. So then I believe then half of that would be the that's the wrong one. So 960, so half of that would be 450 plus 30, so 480. So then minus 960. Then minus 480. So I'm going to do for all of these. Grab them, move them here. 540. $540. Just set them all to that. And then set this to 960. Then 480. Negative 480. negative 960. Then all of these need that converted into a negative 540 so that they go on the bottom. We're gonna move these up. That one works. And it's doing... fucking Twitch. Alright, I'm gonna save. We're gonna get out of here because it's being stupid again. Now it's being stupid in a fucking different way, though, which makes me blame, because now it's just not showing the thing, even though it'll show the thing other times, but, they fixed the snoozes, but I have no command to run snoozes. I'll see if there is one. Anyways, until next